Okay, okay. While we are waiting for the rest of the people, I will tell you about the Data Kids Award. It's our first international award about data visualization. And here our goal is to tell about the data visualization, to tell what it is actually, how to collect data, how to play with data, how to make visualizations, what are diagrams, what are graphs, how you can create different designs with that. And actually, we tell how the skills, the design skills that you get, the skills of analytical thinking and analytical work with information actually help your kids in the school projects and then with the exams. And then when they go to the universities, they can still use this knowledge in their projects and actually follow it as a career path. So in this series, we invite our guests who can tell about how they made several achievements in this data career path and in the data field. And yeah, we want to show some inspiration. We want to share the inspiration and show a little of projects that were made. In our award, we invite kids from 7 to 12 years old, and we have three categories to take part in. It's the craft category, the drawing, and the digital. We start getting different questions about how to take part or how many projects you can apply. So you can apply only one project per category, but you can take part in all three categories. Like you can apply one project to that, to craft, one to drawing, one to digital, and you can use one data set for each of the projects. It's just your creativity that you use to make them different and make them really, really interesting. So try to be as thorough, as imaginative as you can. Try to go from simple to complex when you are thinking about how you want to visualize it. But here on these examples, you can see that you can use some candies, you can use your favorite crayons and your favorite pens to do so. In the digital, you can use Tableau, you can use different other different tools to actually visualize your ideas. So, what else do we have? Well, I will give a short intro. What is the Data Kids in general? It's the community for kids, where everybody can do some practices, can learn data visualization, can speak to the experts on our open talks and workshops and our webinars. Our community lives in absolutely different parts of the world, from the US to Asia, from Europe to Russia, and all other countries. We have social media, and the ones who take part in our Data Kids Award and become the winner of our award, they will be published in the social media, they will be published in the newsletters and our partner press media partners. In other words, here you can see some of the examples that were actually made by our data kids. Is the city of markers, where you can see like a child did a visualization of this city that depends on his or her favorite markers, and a legend that helps you to understand his idea. And this is learning with the data course. As you know, we have a book, Christine and the Magic Charts, and we have a lot of, like, not really huge, but a big fan base who really love our pie chart, who love Barney, who love Liney and all other diagrams that live in the land of data. And they all helped Christine to fight the dirty data and actually save her father from, the cage that the dirty data put him to. So yeah, if you want to learn that story too and become the part of our community, please go to our site that you can see here. And yep, let's start our open talk. Today I'm having Julie and Victory as my guests, so I'd like to invite Julie to start and tell about your project today.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Julie. I lead a design team at Google. I love solving design puzzles, and I feel like using data is just one of the coolest ways to find the impossible things that you feel like it might be impossible, but after reading into the data, that might show you something different. So when I started working in the industry, I always feel like sometimes there's something surprising behind the story themselves. Example would be sometimes you definitely saw this visual before, which is like there is a patch of grass and people are cutting the grass to go across instead of following the walkway. And a lot of times, it's the reason is because it's too complicated to get through, where there might be a pothole somewhere on the path. So finding those reasons behind it really makes it very interesting to me. And to make it visual is helping the understanding part. I think everyone heard about like a visual worth a thousand words. That's exactly how I feel about it. Um, so yeah. Okay, so I have a few projects. These are all very personal to me. So the first one is about our pets. So I have three pets, one cat and two dogs. You probably heard my cat just now. She was meowing. So when I started thinking about what we can do, how I can represent the life and what we do. I start thinking about like, oh, what are the interesting stats I can show. I have a daughter, she's 3 years old. She loves the pets together. So I started thinking, are there any correlations that I can represent using the use a very visual way? What are other interesting factors that I can include? One thing very interesting is that our dogs are from South Korea. My husband brought them back while he lived abroad there. So I thought it might be interesting to add a journey map for them, which is the lower part you can see over there. And I like my daughter is very young, so I was trying to think, if there's a way to show the interesting factor of like a cat as being very needs a lot of sleep and not very like she's kind of old, so she stays at one place for a lot of times. So maybe there's a juxtaposition between the cat and my daughter and how they spend their time together. So that's the first chart you see, the daily sleep of the cat versus Olivia playing time. Mm. And our two dogs are having very different personality. So the brown one is called Asha. She is very active. She is very engaging all the time. She has lots of energy, even though she is a little bit older. So I try to represent, like in comparison to how fast she can go, how much energy she has. The white dog we have in comparison is very docile. So he is like always following you and didn't want to go too far away. So I'm trying to see if like there's a way to show that both dogs, their different personality in a really fun way. So this is my first project. Second one, so I have a toddler, and we have lots of toys and lots of books at home. So I thought it might be very interesting to take pictures of them and really understanding how much she has learned. And then I started thinking like maybe there are some fun categories that I can see through the collection of the data and maybe estimation of the words she has learned and make it a very fun journey about my daughter's learning progress. She also has a lot of like companions, like her stuffed animals. There's like everywhere. We started counting and what types of animals there are. She absolutely has her favorite book, like the Brown Bear, Brown Bear. What do you see, that book? She definitely like read it so many times, which is like very interesting. She can like recite it as well. There's a lot of times when she is little, she really wants to go back to the same book, read again and again, and she will ask me, ask my husband to read, the book. Like, so I was like, it definitely more than 50 times she asked to us to do it. So I added a very cute visual because a lot of times it's very cute for her to ask us to help her to read, and we love to, but sometimes it's very tiring as a parent to do it. Um, and other things are, things like her favorite characters. There's a lot of books involves animals, involves different types of animals in different places. We've been to a lot of places, and she usually picks some books to go with her. So we read on the plane, we read it at a different location. So it has been like really fun to learn new things with her as well. We try to go to bed. Oh, sorry. We try to have a bedtime reading time as well. Sometimes it's a listening series, and sometimes it's not. And we're trying to balance it between. And the last one I really love is because, like, when we think about all the books she has or she has read, is actually taller than her. So we thought that's a very interesting stat. Next. So this one is, I think, two weeks ago now. Like 2 weeks ago, it was Easter, and we had a fun time with one of our friends. They have two kids, and we did a lot of like, Easter activities, egg hunting, eating chocolate, like having the chocolate in them. And all the kids started like picking their chocolate and eating, started picking the eggs and eating chocolate. And I thought it would be fun to find out which kid picked which color the most because they're all like little kids, like Olivia 3, and there's a kid who's 2, and his sister is 5. So they all have slightly different preference as well. So it's very interesting to see. Olivia really loves pink as a color altogether. So she is like very drawn to pick pink colored eggs. We also have sessions of like drawing eggs as well, and that's what she draw the most as well. And there's a lot of different chocolate. To be honest with you, that one like I took a little bit of liberty because they ate them so fast. I was trying very hard to find which one was what, but they all had a very fun time. And finally, this one is a journey. So we took her to the Disney World in Orlando a few months ago now. And it was a very packed day for us, but it was like so interesting to see her reaction throughout the day. So I thought it would be interesting to create a journey map throughout the day, how she is interacting to different activities, different characters, what her energy level is. And some fun fact is like she had zero nap taken that day at all, like solely just running all day long and for 12 hours. And I counted on how many experiences we went through. And I originally I was gonna add the number of steps I took because I have an Apple Watch, so I tracked my steps. But then I feel like it's about her and her steps are much shorter. So she probably have a lot more. So I thought that wasn't going to represent how her experience be. So I didn't add that. But we had a lot of like fun experiences from the 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. There's absolutely her favorite enchanted moment, meeting Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So it was just like a very fun experience. And I thought this is a very cool way to visualize that experience for us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, if you want to reach out to me and learn more, please feel free to, reach out on LinkedIn or email me.
Great. Thank you, Julie, so much. I would like to ask you one question. Your data visualizations are so beautiful. Can you share what tools do you use to do these visualizations? What are your favorite ones?
Yeah. So at first I actually like draw them out to count. A lot of times I take pictures and for the for myself to understand the data. So one thing I realized is that um I actually took this inspiration from the famous project Dear Data, which is like record your daily activities to small actions that can mean very different things. But I found these activities are very ephemeral. So like if it's gone, it's gone. So I started to have this habit of taking pictures. Sometimes if you take pictures and later you don't have time to do anything at that moment, but you can come back to it and refer to it. So I took a ton of pictures. I think at Disney alone, I took maybe 400, 500 pictures, and I fed them into actually LLM and to
Mhm.
AI to help me categorize them and to understand them. And, like AI a lot of time hallucinate. So I worked to separate all the data alone. So a lot of things you saw is a combination of what kind of characters I want to have. Yeah. And I have a
Mhm.
spreadsheet for all the data points that I have entered for each one of them and feed into AI and see how it goes, like what it will give me inspiration. And then I will change based on real experiences, what that would look like.
Mhm. Okay, great, great. Thank you so much. That was extremely interesting. That was very interesting. So, and our next guest is Victory. Victory, you can start too.
Cannot hear me.
We
So
can hear you. Mhm.
currently 1 a.m. my time, and it's quite late, and I live close to a church, so there might be some background noise, but in case you don't hear me, please kindly draw my attention to that. Okay? All right,
Don't worry
thank you
about
so
the
much.
noise. It's okay. We can hear you. It's working all right.
Okay. All right. Okay, so my name is Victory, and I'm from Nigeria. I'm a data analyst from Nigeria, and I currently work at Salam Analytics as a data consultant. So I see data as one of the coolest job ever, moving from uncertainty to certainty, from not being clear of what the issue is to gaining more insight and clarity from the data. So I like turning boring numbers into colorful and beautiful charts that tells amazing stories. So yeah, what sparked my interest in data analysis? I remembered after graduating from school, I studied biology, so it's not a direct path to data analysis. And I was like, okay, what else? What next? What should I do? And I remembered going online and I kept seeing some of the data farm community posting about what they do. And I was curious. I decided to go research more on it. And I was like, yeah, I think I like this. I think I like how they could create something amazing from not being clear, create something from certain, mostly like let's say spreadsheets just filled with numbers, words, and at the end of the day they bring out something insightful. So that was where the curiosity started, and I delved more into data analysis. And well, here I am today doing what I love most. So we'll be looking at some of my projects, and I would like to ask if I could also gain access to sharing, because all these projects are hosted in Tableau. I'll be doing more on the digital part using Tableau. So these were created in Tableau, and it's more interactive. And I would want you all to have the experience going through the things I need. So I'll be sending a request to you if you could
Mhm.
approve, so that we'll
Yep,
go back to
ready.
seeing the how it all works. So Yeah, I could share my screen. I think. Let me see which of them.
Let's try.
Yeah, yeah, I think this is the
Mm-hmm.
window. Okay, if you can see it, let me know.
It's loading.
Okay, loading. If you can see my screen.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Okay, can you confirm what you can see?
It's like a little part of it. It's not the full image, but it's partly like the 50% of the image. So we need to make it a little smaller.
Right. But if you could see everything, like where are we most connected,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you can see that. Okay. All right. So this was a project from the data community Makeover Monday. So it's a challenge. Someone wants to get and someone's in the waiting room. So it's a weekly challenge where they drop their data set and you make something meaningful or insightful from the data. So this topic was about where are people most connected on social media? Are they more on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, and just give us more insights to where they are. So I went online, I got this particular image where I don't know the name of this creature, but I just like how they were all knitted together, stacked on top of each other. I like the colors as well. So I decided to just pick in this color, I pick in this image and add this other part to it. So I decided to tell the story by using this radar chart. So this has social media usage by age. So these are my filters, filter by age, by gender, by income, political affiliations, and race, ethnicity. So these filters is slicing where are people most connected online. So by age, this breaks down into the different categories of ages like 18 to 29. So the green represents the 30 to 39. So I decided to represent this in a radar chart, and um, ages 18 to 29 seems to be more dominant, but don't worry, you can always do a filter to see, to just get. That's one beautiful thing about the interactivity with data. So you can focus on one of the category like ages 18 to 29. And from there, I could see that um, people between ages 18 to 29, they are more interactive on YouTube, then they're also on Instagram, on Facebook, then on Snapchat and TikTok, and they are less on WhatsApp, on Twitter, on Pinterest, and less on LinkedIn. So that's for the ages 18 to 29. So we could also go deep inside to find out about other ages and all that, but I wouldn't to dwelling more on just a particular age, so that I wouldn't take more of the time. But these filters just help you to interact more with this particular chart. But we would see that ages 18 to 29 seems to be more dominant because it tends to cover up more of the entire colors. So 18 to 29 is more of the purple, this green, a little green, you can see behind. If you want to interact with it, you just need to click on this particular shape and it will just circle in that particular age bracket, 30 to 49. Then the yellow is 65. We could barely see that when they are all stacked on top of each other, showing that ages 18 to 29 are more dominant online. So there's also a filter, like I said, that goes for gender. Yep, let's wait for that to load properly. So for the gender, okay, I think there's something disturbing my screen. Okay, correct. For the gender, we have the male and female. Currently, my screen froze. Okay. All right.
It's
It's back.
working, it's working, it's okay.
Okay. All right. So we have the women and the men. So this is for gender and the game. It seems women are more online on different platforms than the male counterparts, where the females are more on YouTube tends to be gaining more traction, I guess, because of video, the video content. People like to interact more, to view, to see, and all that. So, yes, data give us more clarity where there is interactivity. So you could explore so many things you need using data. And I find Tableau to be one of the tools that helps us to interact more with our data set. And yes, I went from having it in a spreadsheet this way, looking more chaotic, more overwhelming, and all, to getting to see it more beautiful and more interactive. And yeah, so these are the filters, and this is just one. And one thing I like to do when I work with my data is I also like to play with colors, especially if it's a project that is not tilt into business, more like a personal project or a fun project. I tend to play around with colors, but when I play around with colors, I am consistent. So you could see that the purple theme tends to be more dominant, even with my write-ups and the colors and everything. So I'm very intentional when it comes to colors and the font as well. So yeah, this is just for this project. It's one fun project that I really like. I don't know, probably because of the funny three stacked animals here. It just tends to be playful and more endearing to me. So yes, I created this in Tableau, but I got this image from Pinterest and I just played around on in Tableau. So the next project again, I also used Makeover Monday data set, and this data was about gender perspective on animal consumption. So it it's a data that tells across the US, and this was in 2023. It's not recent as of 2026. They want to see people's perspective on the things they eat, on the animals they eat, the animal consumption, and which is and are broken down by the gender, male and female in this case, to see what they consume more. And I decided to go in with both a picture or an image of a particular animal and then a then the percentage with colors denoting each of the gender, male and female, then the percentage of what they eat. And yeah, starting with the cat, now I saw that the females are purple here, while the males are the teal color, or we say green, but it's teal. So 78% of female consume uh okay, sorry, not consume. I have to go through this. The third visualization where US stands on eating different species. YouGov asks a sample of 1,000 respondents in 20 whether it is morally acceptable or not to eat a number of animals under normal conditions. So commonly eating animals in the US, yes. So the female tend to be more conservative in their consumption of animals. So 78% of the female feels it's wrong to consume a cat. And I guess because cats are more pet-like to are more pet than seeing them as being consumed as food. So 78% of the females said it is wrong to consume cat compared to their male counterparts that had about 62% who felt it was wrong. Then chicken, yeah, we tend to consume chicken more because especially maybe during festive period like Christmas and things, people consume chicken. So the percentage of people who felt it is wrong to consume chicken were low, about 8% of the female and 7% of the male. So with this, we could tell that a higher percentage of people feel it is morally acceptable to consume chicken. Then chimpanzee, we have 82%. So from the data set, I find out that females are more conservative when it gets to feeding on animals compared to their male counterparts. Um, then dog and cat tend to have a higher percentage of people who feel it is wrong than chimpanzee and yeah, I think then those with the lower percentage are the salmon, the octopus, then deer, chicken. So with data, you could do virtually nearly everything. You could tell it gives you more insights to stories, help you see clearly, help you gain clarity on things, matters, and all that. So yes, I was able to represent this, and this just helps you see a clearer picture other than just having it in a spreadsheet like I showed you earlier. But this seeing a picture of a chicken percentage, all you need to do is to just go around this, read it, and the insights just come in a matter of minutes. So yeah, that's for perspective of animal consumption. It's another favorite project of mine that I loved because I like how I played around with the images precisely and the way I indicated the percentage. I I kind of like it. I think I like playing with images when it comes to animals, when it comes to projects and all that. So yes, I have another one, which is like the final one. I have other projects, but they are more business um, oriented. But for the case of this presentation, I decided to just go with something that could be of benefit to the challenge we're currently doing the competition. So I have population of cats and dogs across countries. So I think I got this image from Dribble. So there are various sites where I get inspiration for creating dashboard for company. I go on Pinterest, I use Dribble, then Tableau Public as well. I get my inspiration. So I was just going through Dribble and I saw the pictures of this cat and the dog. And I remembered, oh, currently have the data challenge in sorry, it's loading data challenging back to these basics, and it was talking about the population of cat versus dog. And pardon me for digressing, I'm also the co-lead for Back to This Basic. It gives a it just help people to know the basic chart, how to create basic charts. Yes, this was where I learned from. Back to this basic was where I started officially my data challenge online, trying to participate with the data community. So I started with back to this basic before I grew and I became a co-lead of the community challenge. So yes, it helps me to build basic charts like bar charts, tie charts, line charts, basic charts. So yes, back to the data. So the population of cats and dogs across countries. So yes, I just decided to put in the colors, cats and dogs. I made the cat little cream-like and the dogs more brown-like. Yes, how did I get inspiration from the color of from the colors I have here in the background? The picture, the image ended like somewhere around here. Their footprints. That was where it ended. So I saw the cream and the burgundy, I would say, and I said, okay, let's just go with colors that will pop up, and I chose the cream and the orange. Like I told you, choosing your color matters a lot. Your fonts, your color, and consistency with use of colors. So whenever you see the cream like, you know, okay, I'm talking about cats. When you see the a little brown like, talking about dogs. So the population of cats across dogs So I think there are about, I think top 20 okay, population of cat and dog and United States, and I arranged them in I was a descending order, that's from highest down to lowest. And United States had the highest population of people who own pet cats and dogs, with cat leading with about 74 million and the dog with about 70 million. The next was China. They had cats as the highest and dogs. So from the data set, I found out that a huge percentage of people of the population tends to own more cats than dog because they tend to lead more odd. Why I think maybe in Asia they tend to have more dogs, like the Philippines, the Indian, uh, then while those in the Europe and the United States, they tend to have more cats than dog. So I think it's more curious. Maybe I could go back deep inside to find out why the Philippines, I say Philippines, the Asian continent tend to like more dogs than cats. Why those in the United States and Europeans, majority of them tends to prefer cats than dogs. So that's one thing that also sparked my interest. So yes, so this is how I represented the data, and I told more stories surrounding it. And yeah, so data could be insightful and as well as beautiful. So I hope this spark more interest to like they would say, dot your I's and cross your T's for your data challenge. And I'll be looking forward to seeing the things you'll be creating from the challenge. So thank you. Any more question, any question, I'm open to questions, feedback, and anything else you'd like to know. Thank you. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Victory, so much. I will show your contacts right now in case anybody wants to contact you and ask you more about these projects. And I can see that the Tableau is a great, like a cool tool that you can use for your digital projects. For example, if you would like to make a project in the digital category, please use Tableau. Go to Victory's profile and see what you can do, get some inspiration. And my question here would be is where do you find your data set and how do you choose it? How do you collect the data? Do you have your favorite like methods to do so, or how do you usually approach that?
Okay. All right. Thank you. So for personal projects, because for company projects, definitely I'm getting it from the company. But for personal projects, we have data community challenges like Back to Visit Basic, where I'm the co-lead, and we have Makeover Monday. So the project I just showed you, the data sets are from the community challenge, Makeover Monday, and Back to Visit Basics. But if I want to create my personal project, um if I want to do my personal projects, I could generate data set. I do it a lot from Claude or from ChatGPT. I just put in my prompt and I generate a fake data set, or I could use Faker in Python to generate. All I need to do is to just put in my prompt, I want data set concerning this. Otherwise, I could, if I want to do on, let's say, topics that are real life, could hop on what health organizations, go to those public data sets and gain access. We have data sets in Cargo. We have on, I'm trying to recall some of their names, but there are so many sites where you could get data sets. So depending on, so mine is, I start with what do I want to do? Is it a
Mhm.
personal project? If it's a personal project, what personal project am I working on? Do I want to work on females mutilation across countries, I know, okay, I have to get it from a public data set. But if it's just something I want to, or maybe just to gain more insight, or maybe just to play around with a few charts and all, and it's not that serious about something about public consumption, just a personal thing. I could also get a personal data like tracking the number of times I sleep every day in the year, to know my sleeping patterns, or to find export my data from my iWatch to find out the number of my beats per minute, um, menstrual cycle, things surrounding my personal life, or like there's one I'm currently I've been looking for how to get the data. I lost my grandma last year, and I wanted to do a I'm trying to get the word, a lineage of how we are related among my family, the extended family. I just want to get a tree, a family tree, to see the pattern. So though I don't really know how we are all related, so it's a big project, and I've included my family. I asked my parents how we related to these people.
Hmm.
So that's a manual one. So it's you get the data. If it's a public data set, it will be a public topic you want to work on, the statistics of car owners in social country in different countries. You could get that from public sites. Or if you want to do personal projects, you could get those data sets by yourself by tracking what you do daily, because data is everywhere, is what you do. The hours you wake up per day, it's a data. You woke up 6 a.m. The next day you're waking up 6 a.m. That's a pattern already. You could get data from that. So every day, everything you see everywhere is filled with data. So you could generate data from different things, different places, and based on different topics. So I
Great. Great. Thank you. You have one more question about the Tableau Pro Bootcamp. Where can we learn about it more?
So this is a personal boot camp I run with my co-founder. So it's a paid boot camp where we teach people how to work using Tableau and data analysis generally. So it's not a free platform. So, but if you want to know more, you can reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn, and you
Hmm.
can reach out to me on Victory. So you could search for me with my name,
Hmm.
and you could ask me more. But it's a training platform where we teach people how to work with Tableau and other tools.
And
So
how long is it? It's like
okay,
1 month
it's
or
6 weeks.
longer? 6 weeks. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you have any more questions here, you can write them in the chat, or you can turn on your microphone and ask right now. And while you're thinking about your projects, I have one interesting question to ask. Is like, what data set haven't you worked on yet, but you want to? And that's the question for Julie and Victory, both of you. So, for example, you want to do the data visualization, and there is one data set, and you're like, oh, I would really love to work with that, but you haven't still done it for some reason. So, what is it? What do you have such?
Yeah, I just mentioned the one for my grandma. It's a whole lot, so it's a mess. I don't know how to get all the data I want. I know what I want. I have the topic, but how to put the data together. And there are so many, to be honest. There are times where I have data and I do it halfway and I let it go. So some of the things I'm trying to work on for 2026, not to abandon some projects, not to leave them halfway. So, but for me, I think for not, the one not having data set is the one for my grandma's I think yes, because have the idea, but how to pull the data together is where I'm currently at. So yes, I
Mhm.
think.
Okay, okay. Julie and you?
Um, I think I have two. One is actually really interested in this competition. I'm sure at the end we probably will make some
Oh,
visualization.
that would be great.
Yeah, that'll be very cool, I think.
Mhm.
I'm really looking forward to it. There's so much to explore. The other one is also about my daughter. I'm collecting all the cryings that she does. So when she cries, like wherever, I take a picture of it. So I can't wait to make a data visualization of how many times she cried, for what reason, for how long, and all that.
It's like a little invitation for her when she grows up, like, you used to do that a lot.
But yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your answers. Thank you so much for sharing your projects today and for taking part today. We will do the recording. We will upload the recording in our social media, in our YouTube, and our different social media like LinkedIn and other channels that we use. And yeah, you could see it in the records if you or your friends didn't have the chance to see the full version. And I would like to finish with some of our projects. Like I already said in the beginning, we have Christine in the magic charts. If you have no idea where to start with your kid, working with your kid on that visualization, you could use our book where you could just go on adventure with Christine, save her dad, do some analytical tasks which are not really complex, but they help you understand what data viz is, help you understand the diagrams, which are the inhabitants of the land of data. They tell the girl about their magical features, and she learns how to play with them. She learns what they like, what numbers they like, and what are their superpowers, and so that your kid learns how to work, how to play with diagrams without even thinking that they are diagrams. He thinks that, or she thinks that they are just magical creatures, and it's just another task that they need to solve to actually get to the boss, to the dirty data, and fight it. So yeah, if you like this book, please use this QR code. You can always buy it on Amazon. And actually, one of the spoilers, we became the bestseller on Amazon in February, and we still maintain it in March. Maintained it in March. So yeah, the book is worth seeing. So I hope you like it. And this is our website. If you haven't registered for our competition, please do. And actually, the submission deadline is on April 20. So please submit your projects right now in the craft, in the drawing, or in the digital category, and take your chance to become one of the first winners of the Data Kids Award, one of the first winners in our long, long series of these events. And yeah, thank you so much for taking part today. Thank you so much for those who are living in Europe and you reached out to us, and for those who live in the USA, for taking the time during the day and jump on a quick call with us. Victory, Julie, thank you for your time too. I was really happy to have you today. I hope your projects that you shared about will be done, and the project about grandma, the project about your daughter crying, so they will be great. So yeah, thank you and have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.